So they just recently put out this fall 2024, and it opened with a story that I thought was pretty amazing. This is an article called The Ministry of Reconciliation by Pastor Andy Kern, the Dean of Academics. This story was pretty amazing. He says, I recently came across the account of a tragic accident that occurred one Friday night in 1992. Joe Avila was driving drunk down the freeway behind a 17-year-old Amy Wall, whom he then rear-ended, sending her car into a tree. She was killed, and Joe was soon arrested. Racked by guilt and anger, he was suicidal in the days that followed. As he awaited trial in jail, a chaplain visited Joe, and he trusted Christ as a Savior. He learned about forgiveness and reconciliation through Jesus Christ. This changed his life and perspective. To save Amy's family from further grief in court proceedings, he changed his plea to guilty and received a prison sentence. While in prison, Christ's work in his heart resulted in him ministering to others until his release in 1999. After that, he ministered in his local church. A couple of years after his release, Joe had the opportunity to further experience forgiveness and reconciliation. He received a call informing him that Derek Wall, Amy's brother, wanted to meet with him. In that meeting, Derek expressed the grief he experienced over Amy's death and his original desire that Joe be executed for his crime. But then Derek indicated the family was aware that Joe had been on a different path since. Joe was able to communicate how sorry he was and asked Derek to forgive him. Not long after that, Joe received news that Rick Wall, Amy's father, wanted to meet Joe. Rick forgave Joe and communicated that he approved of the steps Joe had taken in his life to help others. Later, at an event in which Rick and Derek participated, Rick approached Joe, gave him a hug, and said that he loved him. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? The power of forgiveness.